a natural tendency to get quickly fixed ideas. It is very much afraid of change, because change means rearrangement. Each time you change something, you have to rearrange your whole inner being. Mind wants to live with fixed ideas. So when a person comes to me, and it has been happening for 35 years continuously, he starts loving me. He comes closer, becomes intimate, and then gets a fixed idea. And that's where he misses me. Because now his fixed idea is going to create trouble. I am not an idea, and I am not fixed. I am changing. I am in absolute agreement with Heraclitus that you cannot step twice in the same river. Translated, it means you cannot meet the same person again. I not only agree with him, I go a little further. I say you cannot step in the same river even once. Again, translated to the human world, it means you cannot meet the same person even once. Because even while you are meeting him, he is changing. You are changing. The whole world is changing. But once you get a fixed idea, you cling to it. And I am constantly going to change. Tomorrow you will find yourself in a conflict. So many have come, so many have gone. And this has been one of the basic reasons. They became too much fascinated with their own idea of me, that I became secondary. Their idea of me became primary. That too old-dated. Fresh and young, I am with them. I became secondary. And if there was any conflict between their idea and my reality, they went with their idea, even to the point to become enemies of me. Telling to people that I am no more the same. I am no more the person I used to be. They have worshipped a great saint, but I am no more the same person. They will keep my memory of the past deep in their heart, but it is simply a photograph. Photographs don't change. Once it happened, one of my friends was collecting my photographs from my very childhood, from wherever he could get, and he had made a big album, and he was showing me. He has done a great work. He had gone to many places, to many people. Wherever he heard somebody has a picture of me, he went there either to get the original or a copy of it. But while he was showing them to me, he felt I am not interested. He stopped and said to me, "You don't seem to be interested." I said, "I don't seem to be interested because none of these photographs represent me. They only represent that which is dead. And a photograph can only represent that which is dead." A photograph is always of the dead. You cannot find a photograph which is of the living. In Picasso's home, there used to be a portrait, self-portrait of Picasso. He never sold it at no price. That was the only picture he insisted not to sell. And the more he insisted not to sell, more and more people were coming with bigger and bigger offers for the picture. It became a challenge for art collectors. One beautiful woman had come with the same idea to purchase the picture. Whatever the price, she was ready to pay. She was rich enough. She said to Picasso that I am willing to pay you as much as you want for your portrait. Picasso said, "People are mad for a dead thing." They go on harassing me. You can have it without any price. But remember, it is not me. The woman looked puzzled. She said, "It is not you. What do you mean?" He said, "If it was me, I would have kissed you up to now." It does not speak. It does not love. It does not sing. It doesn't dance. Even such a beautiful woman is standing before it, and the idiot is not even kissing. You just can't take it. It is dead. Remove it from here. It is not me. People get fixed ideas, and very soon. And ordinarily it goes perfectly well, because you meet only dead people who are not changing, who go on saying the same thing their whole life, just like a parrot. They are consistent people. They have all your respect. I seem to you self-contradictory, inconsistent, for the simple reason because I have decided not to die before I die. I am going to live to the very last breath. So you cannot be certain about me till my last breath. After that, you can make any image of me and be satisfied with it. But remember, it will not be me. To be with me needs courage. And the greatest courage is to be capable to see the change and to move with it. It may be difficult. It is easy to have one idea once and then be finished. A Sufi story. Mullah Nasruddin is appointed as the Prime Minister of a king because he was known to be very wise. Somewhat weird was his wisdom, but still wisdom is wisdom. And first when they went to have their dinner together, a certain vegetable called bhindi was made by the cook, stuffed with eastern spices. It is a delicacy. And the king appreciated the cook. And after that, Mullah said in appreciation of the bhindi that this is the most precious vegetable in the world. It gives you long life. It keeps you healthy. It gives you resistance against diseases, and so on and so forth. The king said, I never knew that you know so much about vegetables. And the cook heard about it, so he thought that if bhindi is such a thing, that our king can live long and healthy and young. Next day, again bhindi was made, and again Mullah praised it, even going higher than the first day. Third day the bhindi was made, and Mullah went even still higher. Fourth day, and the bhindi was made, and Mullah was going higher and higher. Fifth day, Mullah even said that bhindi is a divine food. God eats only bhindi. But the king was bored. He threw the plate of the bhindi and told Mullah Nasruddin that you are an idiot. Bhindi, and God eats bhindi every day. You will drive me mad. Mullah said, La, you are getting unnecessarily hot. I am your servant. You said bhindi is good. I simply followed you. And when I do something, I do it perfectly. And I am not a servant to bhindi. I am your servant. The truth is, the bhindi is the worst thing in the world. Even devils don't eat it. You did well that you threw it. He threw his plate farther away than the king. He said, you always should remember that I am your servant. And you are always right. And I am a consistent man. I will remain consistently your servant, whatever happens. There are people, almost the whole world, who live in a certain consistency. It is easier but when you come closer to a man like me, you are going to be in difficulty. Either you will have to drop your idea of consistency, or you will have to drop me. And people are so infatuated with their own ideas that they can drop me, but they cannot drop their ideas. Relationships, friendships, organizations, political parties, religions, and what not. But the basic thing is that he is very much afraid of being lonely. Loneliness is a black hole, a darkness, a frightening negative state, almost like death, as if you are being swallowed by death itself. To avoid it, you run out and fall into anybody. Just to hold somebody's hand, to feel that you are not lonely. I have seen people that when they are going in the night on a street lonely, they start singing songs. Nobody has ever heard that they are singers. And what suddenly conspires, that they become singers, and loudly. They are simply trying to forget that they are lonely. They are trying to drown themselves in their own voice. Nothing hurts more than loneliness. But the trouble is, any relationship that arises out of the fear of being lonely is not going to be a blissful experience, because the other is also joining you out of fear. You both call it love. You are both deceiving yourself and the other. It is simply fear, and fear can never be the source of love. Only those love who are absolutely fearless. Only those love who are able to be alone, joyously, whose need for the other has disappeared, who are sufficient unto themselves. The common psychology of man is of loneliness. He does everything to avoid it. But whatever you do, it is always there, just like your shadow. You may not look at it, but you know it is there. And once in a while you cannot resist the temptation either. You will look and you will find it always there. You cannot escape from your shadow. In the same way, you cannot escape from your loneliness just by creating friendships, relationships, marriages, organizations, religious, political, social. They give you a little relief, but they don't transform anything. The day you decide that all these efforts are failures, your loneliness remains untouched by all your efforts. That's a great moment of understanding. Then only one thing remains: to see whether loneliness is such a thing that you should be afraid of, or is it just your nature? Then rather running out and away, you close your eyes and go in. And suddenly, the night is over and a new dawn. The loneliness transforms into aloneness. Aloneness is your nature. You were born alone, you will die alone. And you are living alone without understanding it, without being fully aware of it. You misunderstand aloneness as loneliness. It is simply a misunderstanding. You are sufficient unto yourself. The transition period is a little painful and difficult because old habits. But it won't be long. And the way to make it short, bearable, is to enjoy your aloneness more and more. Make it a point that when you are enjoying your aloneness, don't be miserly. Then sing and dance. Then paint. do whatsoever you always wanted to do. But you were so much involved in relationships, there was no time left. Be creative. And the more creative, the more rejoicing, the more dancing, the more songful becomes your aloneness. Those periods of sadness, of grumpiness, old habits will start falling like dead leaves falling from trees. They also cling a little while, but they had to fall. Just you have to make your aloneness more and more strong. So you don't have to do anything with your sadness or your grumpiness or your fear that the old habit may come back again. You have not to think about that at all. You have to pour your whole energy into the joy of being alone. You have only a certain amount of energy. Either you can dance or you can be sad. If you dance half-heartedly, then you are saving energy for sadness. That's why I insist, live every moment totally and so intensely that no energy is left to be invested in sadness, in misery, in anger. Simply there is no energy. Don't fight for a prejudice. Live in the moment. Be alert. And out of that alertness, whatsoever happens, enjoy it. So let me explain it exactly, because that may help you to understand other questions and answers.
Thank you.
I don't have any belief system. I don't have any creed, dogma. My whole approach is existential. Right now you are there, I am here. And this is enough. You may have prepared your questions. I have not prepared my answers.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah. So you can ask your questions. And I'm a crazy man. I may say anything that comes in the moment. I don't care for any consistency. And I don't care for any respectability. My whole responsibility is to this moment. Beyond that, there is nothing.
How's this moment going for you?
Beautifully.
Great.
Your mustache giving me great joy.
Thank you.
Only you are missing a beard. It is half-hearted. Just go the full way.
Well, winter's coming up. I've been thinking about growing one, so.
You do it.
Okay.
A man without a beard and mustache is just like a woman with a mustache and beard.
I have to thank you. About a year and a half ago, I had a really dark time in my life. Mm-hmm. And somebody suggested to get into meditation. And I bought your orange book on meditation. And some of them I couldn't use. Some of them I could. And the one that changed what was happening for me around was the laughter meditation. Because I would get up every day and I say, do I have to get up again? And with the laughter meditation, as soon as I knew I was awake and I started laughing, the whole day went completely different than before. So I need to thank you for showing me this meditation.
Just one meditation has done that much for you. If you try few others, you will not find words to thank me. I have 112 methods of meditation. And if a person can manage even 10 out of those, his life will be a sheer joy, with no dark moments, with no frustration, with no tension, no anxiety. Whatsoever happens, he will be able to accept it without any grudge, without any complaint. His gratitude towards existence will be infinite. We are very ungrateful to existence. It has given so much to us, and without our asking. And we are such ungrateful creatures that we don't even bother to look around what existence is continuously doing for us. The sun, the moon, the stars, the trees, the birds, the animals, the people. You are living in a tremendously beautiful dream. But you have to be awake about it. Then only a gratefulness arises. I call that gratefulness true religion. A man need not be a Christian to be religious, need not be a Hindu to be religious. All that he needs is a deep gratitude towards existence. He need not believe in God. He need not believe in heaven and hell. Just a simple phenomenon, a deep felt gratitude that this existence would have been missing something without you, that this vast existence needed you, no one else. And your place was empty before you, will be empty after you. It is irreplaceable. That gives a great contentment. Man's greatest need is to be needed. And when you feel that the whole existence needs you, otherwise you would not have been here.